Good morning, everybody. Last time we have to explain specific heat of substance. This specific heat of substance are two types. Number one, specific heat of gas at constant volume and specific heat of gas at constant pressure. Then again I revise this definition. Specific heat of gas. It is defined as the amount of required the amount of heat is required in joules to increase the temperature of 1 kg of gas by 1 degree Kelvin. And unit of specific heat of gas is calorie per gram degree Kelvin. This is the unit of in CGS system. MKS system kilocalorie per gram degree Kelvin. And SI unit joule per kg degree Kelvin. Then specific heat of gas are two types. Number one, specific heat of gas at constant volume, and this denoted by Cv. So it is defined as the amount of heat is required in joule to increase the temperature of 1 kg of a gas by 1 degree Kelvin at constant volume. This is the definition of specific heat of gas at constant volume, denoted by Cv. Then specific heat of gas at constant pressure, denoted by Cp. It is defined as the amount of heat is required in joule to increase the temperature of 1 kg of gas by 1 degree Kelvin at constant pressure is called specific heat of gas at constant pressure, and this denoted by Cp. Now, today I explain relation between Cp and Cv. Relation between specific heat of gas at constant pressure and specific heat of gas at constant volume. Or this relation between Cp and Cv, also known as Mayer's relation or Mayer's equation. Now, here is Cp specific heat of gas at constant pressure and Cv specific heat of gas at constant volume. So, relation between Cp and Cv or Mayer's relation. Here is Cp is the amount of heat required to increase the temperature by 1 degree Celsius at constant volume, and Cp the amount of heat required to increase the temperature by 1 degree Celsius at constant pressure. In this case, consider 1 kg of gas is heated at constant volume. Here is two possibilities. One is increase the temperature and another is increase the volume of the gas. First one, increase temperature, and second, increase the volume. So, some additional heat is required for expansion or expansion of gas. Cp equal to Cv plus expansion. So, Cp equal to Cv plus H, and H is the amount of heat. So, this Cp equal to Cv plus H, I can write Cp minus Cv equal to H. The relation between Cp and Cv is given by Cp minus Cv equal to R upon J. Here R is universal gas constant and R is universal gas constant when mass of gas is 1 kg mole. But 1 kg of gas is considered. So, Cp minus Cv equal to R upon mj, keeping your mind, R upon mj, this R dash equal to R upon M, and here is R and J are constant. So R is universal gas constant and M is mole constant. So its unit joule per kg degree Kelvin. So Cp minus Cv equal to R dash upon J, or Cp minus Cv upon Cp minus Cv equal to R upon Mj. So this is the Mayer's relation or Mayer's equation. Cp minus Cv equal to R upon Mj, or Cp minus Cv equal to R dash upon J. Here is R dash equal to R upon M, and R and J are constant. J is the joule constant, R is the universal gas constant, and M is the mole constant. So in this relation Cp minus Cv equal to R upon Mj, so Cp upon Cv equal to gamma, and gamma be the constant value. So Cp upon Cv less than 1, so gamma less than 1. So value of gamma equal to 1.66 for monoatomic gases, gamma equal to 1.41, that is diatomic gases, and gamma equal to 1.31, that is triatomic gases, and this is the important value for a gas, keep in your mind. Then optics. In the optics we have to study the reflection and refraction. It is very simple definition. A reflection is defined as the incident ray falls on the mirror or glass. Suppose this is the incident ray. This incident ray falls on the mirror. This is the mirror or this is the glass, and enter into the same medium. Enter into the same medium or same plane to produce the reflection ray. So this is incident ray and this is reflected ray, and this is normal ray. When incident ray falls on the mirror and enter into the same plane and to form the reflected ray. Here is I is the incident ray or angle of incident, and R is the angle of reflection, and this is the normal ray. Law of reflection, angle of incident is equal to the angle of reflection, that is angle of I equal to angle of R. Incident ray, reflected ray and normal ray lie in same plane. Keep in your mind, incident ray, reflected ray and normal ray lie in same plane. Third law, incident ray and reflected ray are on the opposite side of the normal. Incident ray and reflected ray are the opposite side of the normal, and this is the three laws of reflection. Again I revise this. Number 1, angle of incident I is equal to the angle of reflection, that is angle of I equal to angle of R. Incident ray, reflected ray and normal ray lie in same plane and same medium. Third law, incident ray and reflected ray are of the opposite side of the normal. Then refraction. The refraction is the opposite of reflection. So refraction is defined as, or it is defined as, incident ray falls on the mirror to change its path with bending. Bending is the important words in the definition of refraction, keeping your mind. It is defined as the incident ray falls on the mirror to change its path with bending and enter into the one medium to another medium. Enter into the one medium to another medium. It's called refraction. So this is the ray diagram of refraction. Suppose this is the incident ray falls on the mirror or glass and change its path with bending. This line in this way here, but change its path with bending. Here is bending, and bending is the important words of the definition of refraction. So incident ray falls on the mirror and enter from one medium to another medium with bending. It's called refraction ray. So in case of refraction ray, incident ray, normal ray and refracted ray lie in one plane but separate medium. This is the first medium and this is second medium. This is the air medium and this is the water medium. Glass medium, air medium, glass medium, first medium, second medium, and therefore we can say that in the refraction, incident ray, normal ray and refracted ray lie in one plane but separate medium. The ratio of sine angle of incident and sine angle of refraction, this is the law of reflection. Sine angle of incident and sine angle of refraction is constant. Sine angle of incident and sine angle of refraction is constant, and this is the ray diagram of refraction. So here is law of refraction and law of reflection, and its ray diagram is very important and definition is very simple. Again I revise this definition of law of refraction. It is defined as when incident ray falls on the mirror or glass plate to change its path with bending and enter from one medium to another medium is called refraction. In case of refraction, incident ray, normal ray and refracted ray lie in one plane but separate medium. Second law is the ratio of sine angle of incident and sine angle of refraction is constant. So sine I upon sine R equal to constant. Then law of reflection, when the incident ray falls on the mirror and enter into the same medium to form the reflected ray. Here is I and R both are same to each other. So student, today I stop here. Thank you very much.